Would you say glyphosate's one of the worst pesticides for the microbiome?
Well, I mean, antibiotics are even better, but again, glyphosate is an antibiotic. We should realize it is an herbicide, but it was, again, patented as an antibiotic. And there's some really good animal studies using human diet equivalent amounts of glyphosate that show that the animal's microbiome is just totally changed for the worse.
Mm-hmm.
All the good guys are wiped out. The bad guys are pretty resistant to it. And so you wonder and why we have so much anxiety and depression. I'll give you another example, which was really educational for me. Again, most of my patients, we treat their autoimmune disease, and we have a really good success rate. 94% of my published data are in remission off of all their meds in a year.
Amazing.
And so,
awesome.
You know, their psoriasis goes away, their rheumatoid arthritis goes away, their Crohn's goes away, you name it. And they go over to Europe on vacation, and they can't resist. They have croissants, and they have baguettes, and they have pizza, and they probably have some tomatoes, and they do not react. They go, and they go, wow, you know, Dr. Gundry's cured me. I can have all this. And they come back, and they start having our bread and our pizzas and you know what else. And within weeks, they're on the phone going, what the heck? You know, this patch of psoriasis is back here. What the heck? You know, this finger just swelled up. What the heck? I thought you cured me. I said, no, you weren't eating glyphosate over there.
Wow.
And you could tolerate that just fine. But you came back, and I see it all the time. It's just, it's so sad.
In my clinic, we did a lot of heavy metal detoxing, and glyphosate just drives those heavy metals even deeper into the brain. What's your best strategy for, other than avoiding glyphosate, but that's near impossible? Is there any other way we can heal our gut from the abuse of glyphosate?
Well, there is some evidence that humic acid does protect against glyphosate. I, for one, have my patients take about 3 grams of glycine every day, particularly at night, helps you sleep. And it's useful because glyphosate will compete for glycine in DNA. And you kind of flood the zone. We're hearing that in politics now, but you can kind of flood the zone with glycine to stop glyphosate from binding where glycine would go in. And, you know, time will tell, but it certainly won't hurt, but might help.
Yeah, is this why the carnivore, you have one thing I love that you put in there in your book is about a modified carnivore diet. And I can tell you as a community, our community has been experimenting with something I call carnivore fasting, where we do 17 hours of a fast and then the rest of the day you're just eating meat. And of all the different types of fasting and food combinations, I've seen that one cause people to drop the most amount of weight compared to any other combination. Is it partly because of this glycine component to animal meat? And can you talk a little bit about your modified carnivore diet?
Well, I think it's actually more that you're really eliminating glyphosate primarily from your diet, and you're eliminating most lectin-containing foods in a carnivore diet. And it's interesting, if you look back at, you know, some of the famous diets like the Atkins diet or the South Beach diet or diets before that, these all had in common that they eliminated most carbohydrates. And the weight loss was usually quite spectacular. And then people would get bored of it or they'd get tired of it.
It's boring.
It is boring.
Yeah.
And they'd reintroduce these healthy foods, healthy carbohydrates, and their weight would come right back up. And I was very impressed with that. I got to know Dr. Atkins' nurse and got to know his ghostwriter very well. And Atkins never realized that what was happening with his diet was that he was eliminating all these mischievous compounds. And it was the elimination diet that was most effective. But when they added these compounds back, then people gained weight again.
Right.